Okay, we are going to do yellow words from sort 40. And this is actually nothing too tricky in this one. We're just going to be looking at some ways to finish off words getting this sort of s and z. Oh, and there's v in there as well. So some sort of hard ending sounds, and we're going to be looking at basically how we get those sounds in the word. So we're looking at CE. So we've got words like chance. So we're basically making the s sound with a CE. That's a really common way to finish words. We're going to be looking at lots of words that finish like that. We've got VE to make the V sound. That's probably not that amazing, but I guess VE kind of work together to finish words. We very rarely have V actually end the word. So the E comes along to kind of just keep the V company more than it's a magic E, even though it might look a lot like a magic E, but when it's paired with V, it's actually just finishing off a word. Now, this is where these words get a little bit more interesting. It's quite fun looking at the words that are SE and ZE, because a lot of SE words actually say Z. So looking at why some words, like let's look like please, please, and why seize, like he seized the gold, or this is the base word for seizure, or snooze. We've got snooze, and then over here we've got choose. So why is choose SE and snooze ZE? Why is please SE and CZE? Now probably why, it probably tracks back to, you know, the base words in Latin or something. It might even go back to the fact that originally in Old English Z and S there was no difference, something like that. But we've adopted in our modern language that some words are just spelled with S and some with Z. So it's really just a case of learning which one's which, and hopefully a little bit of exposure, you should be sort of a little bit familiar. Snooze is always easy because of the Z, because you think of little Z icon when someone's sleeping and they're having a snooze. So that kind of is always bit easy to remember. Okay, so we're not getting into the word sort yet, but I did just want to talk a little bit about the word lose and loose, because they are both these SE words. Okay. It's one of the most commonly misspelt words in English language. Or maybe it's just a very highly exposed word that's misspelt, but I seem to notice this word misspelt more than a lot of other words. And the word is loose versus lose. So you lose a race or you lose weight. Loose is when something's loose. You loosen the belt, or my coat was too loose, or the strap was too loose. That's when something is loose, and that's when you lose a race or you lose something. So to help you not be one of those people, I don't know if you know the show Biggest Loser, it's quite a popular TV show, but this was the most common thing to see written. Well, biggest loser. What does that say? That says looser, like my belt was looser than it was yesterday. So that actually says the biggest loser. Bow, bow. So you just look silly when you can't spell words like lose and loose. So I'm going to teach you how to spell it so you never get it wrong. So you'll be one of those clever people who look at other people making spelling mistakes, and you won't be one of them. Okay, let's look at the word loose. You've got words like goose. You've got words like moose. So words like loose and moose, I mean, you probably don't use the word caboose very often, but if you did, that's another word. So this double O-S-E is oose, 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 oose. So when you want to write something is loose, or it's looser than it used to be, you use two O's, sorry. When you want to say you know, it's lost and lose. See how there's only one S? Lost, lose, loser. Loser. 1 S. Okay? So, I want to make sure you remember how to spell loose and lose and looser and loser. So, funnily enough, when it's got the single, it makes the Z sound, but we use S. So that's the confusion. It'd be easier to remember, wouldn't it, if we said lose and loser. Loser. But funnily enough, that suddenly says lows, doesn't it? So spelling, there is a reason why we use S, not Z. So there's actually some rules in play that we probably subconsciously know, but we don't think about it. So loose, so let's write that. I'm going to write that one more time. I'm going to test you. Okay, I'm going to write this word. And I want you to say out loud what that says. Hopefully you said loose. What does this word say? Hopefully you said lose. And this word is looser. And that word is loser. Okay, so that word gets misspelt so often that I felt justified spending an extra 2 minutes talking about just that word, or 2 words actually. Okay, now we are going to get on with our word sort. So let's make the headings. So we've got our endings CE, we've got VE, SE, and ZE. Now I'm actually going to, I'm going to swap those around actually, sorry, apologies, ZE, SE. What I'm going to do with these, I'm actually doing it by sound. So I'm actually going to put the Z sounds in here and the S sounds under this column. Okay, so this is going to have SE and ZE words underneath it. And this is going to be CEV. I just want to do it that way because I think it's more helpful. Okay, so we've got words like chance. Take a chance. I had a chance of winning, so I went in the race. Prince. Prince. Okay, so see how that makes the sound? So it's actually CE, but it's making the P sound. Dance. Fence. Fence. Piece. I took a piece of the pie. And peace. World peace. Or keep the peace. Stop fighting. Be peaceful. Peaceful means calm and not fighting. And peace means a piece of the pie. Okay, that doesn't look like a pie, but that's all right. Looks like a piece of Trivial Pursuit. Little tokens. Okay, we've got bounce. Bounce and glance. That means to take a quick look sideways. You have a quick glance at something. You haven't looked properly, you just have a quick look. Okay, so we've got chance, prince, dance, fence, piece, peace, bounce, glance. All making the S sound with the CE. Okay? We've got, I'm going to whip through these VE words too, just as quickly. Move. Don't sit still, but move. Leave me alone. Leave. 12, the number 12. You will all be 12 in a year or two. Glove. And solve. Solve the spelling problems. Prove. And shove. Okay, so when we've got particularly these words, because we've actually got the E sort of could jump over this one consonant, that doesn't say mauve, it doesn't say glove, it doesn't say prove, and the reason why is because this VE is actually sort of an ending. It's not actually just a magic E. So this is not functioning as a magic E in those words. It's actually functioning as an ending V. But V can't end words, so we throw an E on the end just to keep the V company. It's not functioning as a magic E. It's just functioning to keep the V company. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're looking at these words that end in VE. Move, leave, 12, glove, solve, prove, shove. Okay, let's get into the interesting ones. Okay, so let's look at the word please. Well, I'm going to put it in this column because it makes the z sound. So I'm going to put all my z, I'm actually going to rub that out because it's not S-E, it's going to be just the z sound. So please, please remember how to spell please. You got tease, don't tease me. Tease, it's actually spelled with an S, but it says z, tease. Choose, choose, that's Z, isn't it? Choose. Please, tease, choose. Cheese, cheese. Okay, now we've got words like loose. Rhymes with goose. Goose is not one of our words, but it helps. Loose goose. Because hopefully you know how to spell goose. And then you think, loose goose. So loose is going in my S column. I mean, it's an S word, but it actually says S, as opposed to an S word that says Z. Okay, so we've got loose. And the other word we've got up here is house. It's not house, it's house. Okay, let's go back over here. So we've got our Z words that are with an S, and we're now going to look at some Z words that actually have Z. So freeze. Freeze, don't freeze to death out in the cold. Seize and snooze. So these three words are actually Z words that say Z, and these are S words that say Z. So there's a few different ways you could sort these S and Z words out. I'll let you, that's how I've done it. But I don't mind if you do it a little bit differently. You could put all the letter S words together and distinguish which ones say Z, which ones say S. So you could do it that way as well. But these are your words for this week. So have fun learning to spell these words with perfection. Okay, bye.